Oh no, it's happened again, guys. My bank is pretty much empty. Over the last couple of months, I've developed a severe addiction to Fashionscape contests, and for some reason, I haven't won anything. No money, and my bank has dwindled away to a measly 100k. So today we're gonna see if we can rebuild our bank using just this small amount of money, and we're gonna do it using magic. I've done a rebuild video now for ranged and melee, but we're gonna see if we can do it with the third combat style and arguably the hardest to rebuild with. Now magic is a lot more difficult because the cost of using most magical staves and spells is quite high, which means for rebuilding an account, it's gonna be very sketchy in the beginning because 100k is not much to work with. Now with that said, we're still gonna try to take on RuneScape's newest, best money-making method. That's gonna be the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, specifically the Whisperer. So how in the hell are we gonna kill the Whisperer with only 100k cash? Well, there's only really one viable option, and that's gotta be the Trident of the Seas. By far the most cost-effective magical stave we can use, and really the only shot we'll have at getting a successful kill. Okay, so first up, of course, we need to buy the uncharged Trident, which thankfully is pretty dang cheap. We're gonna get it for about half our cash stack, which leaves us with 57k. Now, I'm not really sure how many runes I'm gonna need for a single kill because I've never tried this before. I have no idea how accurate I'm gonna be with very pitiful gear, but we're gonna try to put like around 100, 150 charges in there, and we'll see if that's enough. To go alongside it, we don't have enough for any mage gear. We're just gonna buy the monk's robe. I think Preserving Prayer is gonna be most important because we only have 20k left. We need a prayer potion. Man, are we gonna have enough money? Is this even possible? Okay, so I thought of something else. We're gonna try buying actually the Ancient Brew. This is actually gonna be a really helpful item for this challenge in particular. Ancient Brews are an interesting item. They boost your magic level by a moderate amount, and they actually restore your prayer. What's useful about them though is they are a lot more cost effective than prayer potions. Like we were able to buy 6 Ancient Brews for 6,000 GP, where a single prayer potion is 10,000. Now the Ancient Brew does drain your defense, but because you can avoid pretty much all the damage from the Whisperer, it doesn't really matter if our defenses are low. But I mean, if we do mess up and get hit, we're gonna get slapped. Okay, so to go with that, we're gonna get an Amulet of Magic and our free God Cape. And we're also gonna buy a couple runes to cast Ice Barrage so we can freeze the Whisperer. Not strictly required, but to get our first kill, I think it'll be very, very helpful. We're gonna go for Adamant Gloves for 2,600. That leaves us with just around 7,000 GP in cash. Okay, so we filled out our inventory with a couple extra items. A Forgotten Brew, which was really cheap actually. This will boost our magic level similar to that of an Imbued Heart, so definitely worth it. And we got a couple Karambwans in case we take some damage. The good thing about the Whisperer though is if you do it correctly, you don't take any damage. The only issue is this kill might take forever, which means we're probably gonna make some mistakes. Man, I'm actually having some doubts on whether I have enough charges to get this kill done. I only have 130, which is more than enough if you have, you know, any amount of gear, but we don't. This is our gear. We have a Trident, Monk's Robe, an Amulet of Magic, and Adamant Gloves, and the rest is just inventory items. So if we wipe here, we're just gonna restart with 100k again, try again, but let's see how our first kill goes. Okay, so this actually went better than expected, but we do have an issue. We're gonna run out of charges before the end here. Literally on our last charge of the Trident, we got it into the enrage phase, but we're not gonna whack it to death. That's just not possible. So we just need a little bit more gas in the tank, a few more charges, and we should be able to get the kill. Now I've decided actually I'm not gonna be using Augury for a couple reasons. One is I think I should have to pay to unlock it to begin with, and the prayer drain is just too high anyway, so I don't think it's gonna be viable to use that. So I'm just gonna call that a failed attempt. We're gonna go ahead and restart with 100k, try again. So we went for pretty much the same gear setup, but this time though we focused more on getting some more charges in our Trident. We have a Forgotten Brew, 5 Ancient Brews, a couple potatoes, and I think we can only afford Mithril Gloves potentially. So we'll go with those. I don't think it should make much of a difference. And time for try number 2. Okay, one thing you might have noticed too is to save on some money, I didn't bring any runes to freeze the boss, and there's a reason for that. It is possible to run far enough away from the Whisperer, and if you do that correctly, you won't get hit by her melee attacks. If you do it incorrectly though, I'm gonna take 50 damage right to the dome, and that's unavoidable pretty much. Oh my god, we've done it. We're down to the enrage phase again. Can we actually finish this kill off though? Ooh, that's actually a cool death animation. You like vaporize into the nether or something, neat. We're re-geared, pretty much have the exact same setup again. This time we were splurged on a magic hat, whatever it's called. Blue wizard's hat. I don't know if that's gonna make much of a difference, but hey, it makes me feel a bit better. Okay, this kill is going way smoother. Yes, this is going so much better. I just have to get used to the rhythm of the enrage phase again with the 4-tick weapon. Oh, we did it. Yes, our first kill to Whisperer with this terrible, oh my god. We got a supply drop. That might be a wipe, I think. I don't know if we have enough money to get more runes for another kill. God damn. Okay, so this is my 4th try now. First 2 was deaths. 3rd one was a supply drop, which means we don't have enough to actually continue the challenge, which is one of the pitfalls of this boss. The Whisperer's drop table is quite good, but there's also some terrible drops in it as well. Now, thanks to the Awakener orb drops, really we should be making a decent amount of GP per hour. It's really just the early part of this challenge is a bit dicey, because a couple terrible drops in a row and all of a sudden we have no money left for runes. Definitely one of the pitfalls of rebuilding with magic. Okay, literally anything but a supply drop. That's all I ask, please. Okay, Dragon Javelin heads, we can work with that. 68k is not a lot, but we will take it. Okay, so we dumped those in there for 64k. Now with that money, pretty much the only thing we can afford is more runes, unfortunately. We are able to buy more charges though, so we're up to 249 charges, which hopefully would be enough now for 2 kills. So if we run up this ladder in the general store in Edgeville, we can go to Purdue and buy ourselves, the Book of Darkness. It costs 14k to reclaim and also costs pretty much that amount on the Grand Exchange as well. The Book of Darkness is mainly just for magic accuracy, which generally doesn't matter too much, but because the Whisperer actually has some magic defense and our gear is turbo trash, this Book of Darkness will actually make a pretty big difference. Also, I forgot to mention it, but our last kill time was 7 minutes 13 seconds, which is over 3 times worse than my personal best. Okay, there we go, kill number 2 coming in for some rupees. 40k is probably enough to break even on the kill, or maybe a bit more. We'll take it, it's not a supply drop at least. Okay, so we'll dump the rubies in here for about 40k, buy some more runes. On top of that, we'll go ahead and upgrade our mithril gloves, I think maybe to rune gloves. That will probably be the best bang for a buck right now. 5,200 for rune gloves, we'll go ahead and buy those. Okay, we're gonna buy ourselves a pair of mystic boots as well for another 3 magic accuracy. The gear set is coming along nicely. Hopefully this will make us a bit more accurate, shave down that kill time a little bit. One thing that I've noticed about the Lasar underworld is it's really dark down here. Don't worry though, I brought myself a Runescape themed LED light from Creator Crafted to brighten things up a little. Creator Crafted is a sponsor I'm really excited about because they work really closely with the old school Runescape community to bring some of the most iconic Runescape designs to life. I've had my LED sign for a couple of months now and they really do help make my workroom feel just more complete. The lights are really high quality and will actually last up to 50,000 hours, which means you might actually be able to complete the collection log before these die. Some awesome new designs have also just been added to the store. You can now pick yourself up a twisted bow, which looks so cool. I just sold mine in game for a Tumican Shadow, but hey, at least I can have one on my desk. Also, if you're a big fan of Deadman mode, not only is there now a PK Skull LED light, but Creator Crafted also just launched a Deadman mode Apocalypse desk mat, as well as a Tombs of Amasca one, which both have some amazing art as their designs and are really nice desk mats. Buying one of these products is actually a great way to support me directly because I'm getting a very generous split of each sale. All you have to do is click the link in my description or use the code FLIPPING to get 10% off your order, and I'll get a cut of that as well. Thanks for checking it out, and thank you to Creator Crafted for sponsoring. Now theoretically, we should be able to get perfect kills, which means you take no damage from any of the Whisperer's auto attacks or special attacks. The problem though is, although it's technically possible, since the kill times are like 3 times longer than normal, it just adds so much time to make a single mistake. So I'm not going to focus too much on getting perfect kills currently, more so just getting them at all is good. But later on, once we get our kill times down, getting the perfect kills is going to be kind of integral, because they add an extra 50% to your basic loot, which is a massive amount, and that will definitely help keep us afloat on our way to getting some unique items or Awakener's orbs. Okay, kill number 3 coming in. That felt a bit quicker. 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Oh, new PB. So we charged up our Trident again, and we're able to make a small gear upgrade. We're able to buy the Mystic Hat. Not a very big upgrade, unfortunately. The first major thing we need, of course, to go for is the occult necklace. This upgrade is massive, but it's 400k and we are far away from that currently. Oh, these kills are so long. Another 6-minute kill for some death runes. Honestly, as long as we don't get a supply drop, I'm happy. The supply drops are 1 in 5 though, so we're bound to get some eventually. Okay, so after recharging our Trident with a bit of runes, we are actually now able to make a minor gear upgrade. We're gonna get the Mystic Robe Bottom. Now, although prayer bonus is quite helpful, our accuracy is so low, we just have to get it higher. We can't be missing this much. So we're gonna go ahead and buy the Mystic Robe Bottom for a plus 15 magic accuracy, which should make a significant difference. Although our prayer will drain a bit quicker, we should get quicker kill time, so overall I think it should balance out. We'll see if we notice the difference though. Okay, first kill with our fancy new robe bottoms. Okay, so that wasn't much quicker unfortunately, but one thing, we got a perfect kill. You'll notice we got 87 rubies. That's the higher loot table. Normally you'd get 58 if we took any damage, but we didn't, which means thanks to me being a godlike gamer, we got an extra 25k in loot. Woo. Okay, so for the interim, we're gonna go ahead and buy ourselves an Amulet of Glory, and we'll go ahead and grab a Blessing as well, just for a bit of extra prayer bonus on both those items pretty much. Won't increase our DPS a lot, but should increase our survivability a little bit. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's our first green text drop. That was a perfect kill, which means we got the better loot table for our first 100k drop. Okay, so with that, we're able to afford the Mystic Robe Top, which again, mostly for magic accuracy, giving us a whopping 20 extra magic accuracy. That's gonna help out a lot. So we got our Ironman forever stuck in the mid-game gear fashionscape going on. Okay, so 5 minutes, 26-second kill. That's definitely an improvement for some coal. That's not amazing, but still not a supply drop. We've gotten very lucky so far on that. We're really waiting now just to get our first Awakener's Orb. They're worth 3 mil plus right now, which means once we get one, we should be safe. But unfortunately, until that point, we could actually totally bomb out of this challenge if we get unlucky. So I'm tired of running back, so we're gonna make a minor upgrade right now. The Ring of Shadows not only does allow us to teleport back to the Whisperer to a much closer location, it also is a decent ring with moderate combat stats, and we don't have a ring right now, so I think wearing it could be a good idea. Oh my god, so I totally forgot about this, but you can't actually wear the Ring of Shadows specifically in the Lasar underground, whatever. So I'm still happy I have this for the teleport, but I can't wear it as a ring, unfortunately. So we'll be ringless for a while still. Hey, there we go. Another perfect kill and more javelin heads to boot. 100k, we'll take it. So far, we're about 15 kills in. No valuable drops so far, so very, very slowly building up our gear. Well, it was bound to come eventually. There's our first supply drop. First one in about 15 kills, so actually pretty lucky on that, all things considered. The supply drops, unfortunately, are pretty much useless for us. We're not doing multi-kill trips currently anyway, so it's just kind of a bad drop. Okay, so although we haven't actually really gotten too many rare drops yet, one thing I think we definitely should start using is the Arceus spellbook to summon Thralls. Thralls aren't really that expensive, all things considered. Considering our kill times are so long, the Thralls will actually get off a lot of damage. Over like a 6-minute kill, they might do like 15% of the boss's total HP, which is a massive amount. Now what's really nice about the Thralls is they will hit their full damage even when the Whisperer is in the Shadow Realm, or when they're doing their special attacks. So that makes them even better. The only drawback is we can't use freezes anymore, which means we're gonna have to get good at kiting. No worries, we'll get the hang of it eventually. But I think the Thrall might be the single biggest upgrade we're gonna get for quite a while, as far as reducing the kill times. Oh my god, 0% HP, are you serious? Okay, so obviously, there's a bit of a learning curve without using freezes, but we'll get there eventually. Although our kill times are quite a bit quicker, that one was only 5 minutes, 17 seconds. We're taking a lot more damage, which means we are losing out our perfect kills every time right now, but, you know, we just gotta get better. Hey, there we go, our first kind of valuable drop, soul runes, which are worth 244k. That's a really nice drop. Unfortunately, I don't think we got the perfect kill on that one, but that should allow us, I think, a solid gear upgrade. So we have 419k cash. If we sell our glory off, we'll be pretty dang close to getting an occult. Okay, we definitely have enough money for this. Perfect. The Occult is going to be a massive upgrade, and not just because of its magic damage bonus, which is insane, but also just more magic accuracy is going to help us out a lot. Plus, this will get us like 3 max hits, I think. So our Trident is going to be absolutely shredding now, I hope. Oh my god, yes, this was so much smoother. The Occult is so good. 4-minute kill for that one. Oh my god, we just sped everything up so much for a supply drop, unfortunately, but I don't know why. I think the Whisperer knows when I get a perfect kill. It's like, oh, now is a good time for a supply drop. Okay, so I think with this kill, that is going to mean we are now on rate for an Awakener's Orb. I was hoping to get a little lucky with it, but unfortunately, no such luck. 100k in diamonds is pretty good though. The Awakener's Orb is really where the consistent money is going to come from. Well, at least I hope it's consistent. We're 30 kills in now. Hey, look at that. Not an Awakener's Orb, but a pretty good drop nonetheless. 544k worth of battle staves. That's a massive influx of cash. We definitely need that. That will give us a good safety net. Although at this point, we could of course sell our Occult back. I think I would just end the video. I couldn't handle being parted with it. Our cash stack's up to 617k, which means we can probably get a gear upgrade, I think. I'm not really sure what though. Okay, we'll start by grabbing some Barrow's gloves. They're pretty cheap. For an extra 4 magic accuracy, we'll take it. Beyond that though, not really sure what to go for next. Oh, finally, we were rewarded for a perfect kill. That's the first time we've actually gotten a good loot and a perfect kill. 810k worth of battle staves. Absolutely amazing. Still no Awakener's Orb, but if we keep getting these kind of drops, I don't really care that much. That is going to boost our cash stack up a lot. Unfortunately, there's no obvious upgrade to go for next. Probably the thing I need most is a Toxic Trident. That'll probably be the next big upgrade. Luckily, they're really cheap right now, but we'll still need, I think, another 500, 600k before we can get that key upgrade. Oh my god, that's a lot of soul runes. I think we got a perfect kill on that one. That's 1400 soul runes. Perfectly on kill count 650 as well, which means we're about, well, we're getting close to 2 times dry on the Awakener's Orb, but 350k worth of soul runes, that'll tie me over for now. That brings us up right now to 1.6 mil. Pretty close, but I think we need a bit more money. Oh, there it is. That will definitely be enough money. 105 more battle staves. Luckily managed to pull off a perfect kill here as well. Kind of interesting, you can take a bit of damage. I'm still not quite sure what triggers you losing out on the perfect loot or not. I'm pretty sure we took a hit off prayer, but I'm not complaining. So that should be more than enough money. We'll sell these in there for a 2.5 mil cash stack, and with it, we're gonna go ahead and buy ourselves the uncharged Toxic Trident. A pretty huge upgrade. Not only does it have, I think, 2 more max hits, it's also more accurate as well. And we clearly still need some magic accuracy because our fight times are still near 5 minutes, although usually under now. The nice thing about the Toxic Trident is the cost to use it isn't actually that much higher than the Trident of the Seas. Thanks to Guardians of the Rift for crashing all the runes for us. And now we probably have the weapon we're going to use for the rest of the video, I imagine, unless we get really lucky. Oh yeah, the Toxic Trident feels really good, notably more accurate. Our max hits up, I think 3 actually, and 4, oh my god, more soul runes and a perfect kill. We're definitely improving because we're getting perfect kills probably every other attempt. Having quicker kill speeds though makes it much more likely for me to do things perfectly. Okay, one kind of random upgrade I didn't even think of. Bloodbark boots. They're actually better than Mystic boots, and they're pretty cheap. Kind of totally forgot about that, but that's actually an extra 1 magic attack bonus, plus a bit more defenses. And they just look cool, to be honest. They look way better. Okay, we've gotten this soul rune drop like a lot. If we hadn't gotten that, we would be like desperately dry right now. But as it stands though, we're pretty much at 2 times the drop rate for an orb. But hey, we're getting another drop, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, well, more battle staves. Unfortunately, we clearly got hit at some point. Ooh, Runite ore on a perfect kill. You'll love to see it. An extra 700k from that. So that's going to bring us up to a pretty solid cash stack. Now, there's one untradeable item that can't be purchased, but I put a price tag on it of 2 mil, and that would be the imbued Saradomin cape. I think 2 mil is a fair price for it, considering it only takes about, 45 minutes to go get it again. So we're going to take 2 mil, turn it into platinum tokens, incinerate it, drop it in the ground. Don't worry, I picked that up. And with it, we're going to get our imbued Saradomin cape for an extra 2% magic damage and a little bit more magic attack. Okay, so we added another 1,000 charges to our Trident, and even after doing that, we have a bit of money left over. And I think we're gonna go ahead and buy ourselves a Seer's Ring. Historically, not a very strong item, but again, we are really desperate for magic accuracy, and the Seer's Ring is definitely better than nothing. And nothing's what we got right now, so we'll buy it. Okay, with that, that is our 700th Whisperer kill, and we started at 606, which means we're about 100 kills in. Yeah, I sound like a broken record, but still no orb drop, which is a little unfortunate because we should have 3 of them right now, and that would give us like almost 12 mil. We could have upgraded quite a few things, but instead we're stuck with whatever the hell this is. That's okay, I'm sure our luck will turn around eventually. Oh my god, our luck has not turned around. Not only have we not gotten any expensive drops, we've been just getting the bottom of the barrel worst that the Whisperer drop table has to offer. Like, look at our inventory. This was 5 kills, I'm pretty sure, and it's only worth 42k. Oh god. God, our offer history just looks terrible. We're getting a little desperate for runes here. We can only afford another 1,000, and after that, all those kills, we only profited about 150k. Kind of rough. Oh, thank God. There we go. A good drop. 10 dragon plate skirts. It's such a weird drop. We got the perfect kill and we were finally rewarded a 1.6 mil alk drop. We will 100% take that. Finally, something noteworthy on kill count 716. We desperately need that money right now. Okay, after selling everything off, that has brought our cash stack up to 2.1 mil. Plus, we had a little bit in the bank, so we're at 2.4 mil right now. Can we get a gear upgrade? Possibly. Now, of course, I could buy Arims, but honestly, that's not much of an upgrade. I think what we're going to do instead is buy the Toxic Blowpipe. Even though ranged is not used in the fight really at all, there's one point where having a high attack speed item like the Blowpipe is really useful, and that is during the Ghost special attack. There's different ghosts that you can kill, and right now I'm killing the Vita ghosts that give you health back because you only have to kill 2 of them, but we could kill the ghosts that say MOR, and if we kill all those, we'll deal 50 damage to the Whisperer, which will speed up our kill times quite a bit, and the Blowpipe is really the weapon we need to be able to do that. It's a 2 mil investment, but it should actually reduce our kill speeds pretty notably, more so than I think upgrading to Arims would actually do. So we're going to buy the Blowpipe, buy some scales to go with it, and it should help us out actually quite a lot. Okay, so here we are. We have the Blowpipe equipped. Just messed this up so badly. Luckily, you do have a decent amount of time to do it. And just like that, 50 free damage right to the Whisperer every single time. Oh my god. No fucking way. We got the Bellator Vestige. That's my first one on kill count 744, so we went a little dry on it. This is a really weird item to get during a rebuild video. I thought we would be getting orbs, but we're like 4 times dry on a single orb. But we got the rarest item here, so I guess, what do I make of this? Okay, well let's go ahead and make this thing first, and then I'll kind of explain the dilemma a bit. Look at our collection log, looking really good now. We're only missing the pet and 2 Virtus pieces, and that's all from the Whisperer. Okay, so first we have to go ahead and actually turn this into the Bellator ring. To do that, we need to buy a warrior ring, and we need to use a knife on it, I'm pretty sure. So that will make the warrior icon, and then we have to, I think, buy these chromium ignits, although we need 3 of them. Okay, we're gonna have to sell something quickly. Okay, see you later, Blowpipe. So with these 3 ignites, we have to go talk to Pure the Seer first to learn how to craft the ring, because reasons. Oh my god, this is a process. Okay, so with the Vestige, we have to attach the icon to it with some blood runes, and then, oh, we still don't have the ring. And then with that, we finally get to a furnace to craft the Bellator ring. This ring's actually worth quite a bit right now, over 150 mil if I recall. We're gonna dump it in here for 155. Insta sells beautiful for pretty much that amount. Okay, so we have a ton of cash, but we have a bit of a dilemma here. This kind of messes up my rebuild. Because of the way the new ring drops work, it's not 100% honest to say I got this drop during the video because the Bellator Vestige is dropped actually in 3 parts, 2 of them invisible. It's not a 1 out of 512 to get the ring, it's a 1 in 70 3 times, but the first 2 are invisible. So I very well may have been 2/3 of the way to the drop without knowing it. So did I get this entire drop in the rebuild video? Honestly, probably not. It also feels dishonest not to use any of this money at all because I've gotten almost nothing else. So we're gonna think about exactly what we're gonna do with this money for a minute. Okay, so here's what I've landed on. I'm gonna spend the money, but I'm only gonna spend it on a couple of upgrades, much more expensive ones that I probably wouldn't have gone for normally. And we'll leave the regular staple items to upgrade in a similar path I was going to, assuming I'd gotten more logical items in the logical order. So we have 150 mil to spend on some more niche upgrades. We're gonna go for the Virtus robe top. I probably would never have actually saved up enough money for this. It's like a cheaper version of Ancestral right now, gives a 1% magic damage bonus. Now another item I definitely want to buy here is the Saturated Heart. This is actually a really substantial upgrade, but I wouldn't have been able to afford it just by normal rebuild standards in this amount of time. So we're gonna buy that, the Saturated Heart, and finally we're also gonna buy the Virtus Mask. And that should spend pretty much all of my money. So we have 6 mil left over, but we now have some pretty cool armor that is definitely stronger than Mystic, and the Saturated Heart. And now this is where we're at currently. We have the Virtus robe top and Bloodbark boots. So although Virtus is kind of not that required, it's not really going to be increasing our kill times that much, the Saturated Heart really is. The Saturated Heart is so good. It gives us, I think, an extra 2 max hits over the Forgotten Brew and is reusable. We never have to worry about it. The boost never diminishes as well. It's a really, really powerful item, so I'm pretty excited to have it. Okay, so our luck has definitely turned around. Look at these drops I've gotten the last couple of kills. We've got Battle Staves, Dragon Plate Skirts, Runite Ore. Our basic drops have definitely turned around. After claiming that, we're up to 9.4 mil, which is just enough, I think, to finally get our Tormented Bracelet. We're getting things way out of order, but finally we got the item we probably should have got a while ago, the Tormented Bracelet, and we have now pretty much our main gear set almost fully complete. There's one more item I really want, and a couple other side grades I would also like to get as well to really round off our Whisperer killing account. Yes, finally, we've broken the orb dry streak. 150 kills to get that thing. So ended up being about 5 times over the drop rate. Obviously can't complain at all because we got the Vestige, so whatever. Unfortunately, the orbs have dropped to 2.5 mil in this time frame. When I first started, they were 4 mil, but better late than never, of course. Okay, so we're dumping the orb in there for 2.2 mil, bringing us a bit of cash, nice. Oh man, okay, that's another really good drop. Now with that drop, that has brought us up to 3.7 mil, which is enough for actually a really nice special attack upgrade, the Accursed Scepter. I've pretty much been not using any special attack this entire challenge, but finally we're able to grab ourselves the Accursed Scepter. This will actually lower the Whisperer's magic defense, which makes it a really strong option to use against the boss, plus it's a really cheap weapon relatively to other special attack weapons. So with it, we're going to special attack at the beginning of the fight twice, I think. We don't have a light bearer, so we will get our special attack back very slowly, but this will definitely help with our kills. So the Whisperer loot tracker finally started working again, and as soon as it does, I look like the most ridiculously spooned person ever. More Dragon Plate Skirts, we will literally have to go bank these immediately. Oh my goodness, another Awakener's Orb, just a couple kills later. The orbs are finally starting to even out. We're already back up to 4 mil again, and we're actually able to buy another gear upgrade. We're gonna go for the Light Bearer. The Light Bearer will allow us to use our special attacks from the Accursed Scepter much more often, which will just 100% be better than the Seer's Ring. The Light Bearer is so good and is just useful in so many different places. And it's only a 3.6 mil item, so there's kind of just a no-brainer upgrade. And yeah, look at that. Our gear set is looking really good right now. There's only a couple things missing, but let's go get them. You're joking, another one 2 kills later. Now we are officially caught up on orbs. That's just RuneScape drops in a nutshell. Okay, so overall now, we are just incredibly lucky. All right, there we go. I think that's all we're gonna need. That might be the final kill. Kill 782, so closing in on 200 kills at the Whisperer just in this challenge alone. Another Awakener's Orb, and another 2.3 mil. So we're gonna go ahead and sell that orb, and plus kind of just the regular loot we've been stacking up. That has brought us up to 5.7, which I think is gonna be enough for our final gear upgrade. That's gonna be the Elidness Ward, just the basic version. I think we can pick it up for 5.7 mil. This should actually get us another max hit, and probably the last one we can reasonably get. Ooh, there it is, the Elidness Ward, 5.7 mil. We only have 800 coins left, but that's all we're gonna need. That's another 3% magic damage from this thing. It's so good, so cheap compared to an Ancestral piece. And look at that, 22% magic damage, 136 magic attack. We are ready to roll. So thanks to all this gear, our kill times have gone from like 7 minutes down to an average of around 3 minutes, 3 minutes 30. We can get sub 3-minute kills with the Trident. And I think we have now successfully rebuilt this account. We have pretty much all the basic gear that you could want, plus some extras on top of that. Sure, you could keep going, you could get full Ancestral. You eventually could get a Tunic and Shadow, but I think we've rebuilt to a reasonable level to get efficient kills. So if we go ahead and price check everything, what is our final gold at? Well, 170 mil. Now it just goes to show how much of the value of these kills is in the unique item. Based on the amount of kills I did, which was around 200, we would expect to get 2/5 roughly of a Bellator Vestige, which was worth about 50 mil. So really, expected value, we would maybe be closer to only 70 mil in profit in roughly 200 kills. But even with that, that's still enough to upgrade most of this gear. We would just have to remove the Virtus or the Saturated Heart and you'd be pretty much good to go. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It took quite a while to do, so if you appreciate the content, always feel free to leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now, before I go here, I want to give a giant thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. Thank you so much to Alejandra, Mitch Reinders, The Hybrid, and Kush Patel for all being subscribed at the Dragon tier. You guys are awesome. I do really appreciate it. Also, thank you to Kapersky, YoYoSub89, and NDM0001 for being subscribed at the Runite tier. Thanks everyone again, and I'll see you next time.